Hey y'all, from Virgin Voyages, the resilient lady. I can't believe I'm finally here. I've been planning for this cruise for quite some time, and I was so excited just driving up in the Uber as we approached this massive newish. This is I think the newest of the Virgin fleet. They're actually going to make another one. I think it's called the Brilliant Lady, and that's going to be the fourth Virgin cruise that's going to open. That's going to start sailing soon. But for now, this is the newest, and I this is just and and it looks so good next to other cruises that are in port. Like older ones from random countries that are just sort of there, like the Costa Furiosa, I think, was next to it, and it just looked like wow. So, yeah, this is a really magnificent looking vessel, and just beautiful. And on the inside, of course, too, it's nice. It's not one of the huge ones that I've been on, like Royal Caribbean. It's a smaller one. I think there's only like 2,000 people on it. Um, but it's nice, and it has a lot of good things going for it. First of all, no tips. I really like that. But you know what? I don't know. Richard Branson like pays his staff very well. The owner of Virgin, and the staff here are all very very happy. So I think that's probably better. Um, there's it's also adults only, and so if like me you don't want to see a bunch of kids running around, the pool and stuff like that, this is just it's quieter, and you don't hear anyone running around or anything like that. So that's really great. There's no buffet, which is amazing. They do have all day sort of dining at different places where you can pick up items that they'll hand to you, but there isn't really like a buffet, which I think is great, because otherwise I'll just eat everything like I do on the other cruises, and then I'll just, explode. So this is really great that they don't have a buffet. I think that's great that there's no buffets. Like children, I think they're gross. So it's nice that it's not one of those places that has just buffets. Um, there isn't a main dining hall either, like a main dining room, but you get to enjoy all the restaurants here. Unlike other cruises where they have specialty ones that have this upcharge. That's ridiculous. Here you get to choose any restaurant you want, and that's amazing. Now, there are some items on the menu that have additional upcharges, but by and large, everything is included with the ticket, with the fare. And that includes sodas, and which is the thing that other cruises don't include. So I liked that a lot. I'm on the last day of this cruise, and I'm going to have to disembark in a few hours. I'm really sad about that, because this has just been a really great home for me for the past week. I did a Caribbean cruise, or Caribbean, if you will, and I've just really enjoyed it. By the way, it has free Wi Fi too, which is another good thing. Although I will say the Wi Fi does not work very well. Several people, myself included, couldn't open things like Google Sheets or something like that. So you kind of have to get the $180 premium Wi-Fi. They have an even more expensive one that probably actually works, because even the premium Wi-Fi is really slow, but at least it sort of works. But yeah, so at least there's some connectivity. I've been on other ones where even paying for the Wi-Fi, you there could be huge amounts of times where you get no signal. But overall, I've been happy with the Wi-Fi. I mean, no, I haven't, but overall, I'm glad that there's some connectivity. So 1 week ago today, I came into the room and walked down my hall, found my room. In order to get into the room, they give you these It's like this wrist thing, and you zap it on all kinds of things. This is if you want drinks or something like that, alcoholic beverages, or upgraded beverages. They have a lot of Heineken Zero and virgin pina coladas. So that's what I get, and I just swipe this, and it's a small charge, but I'm on vacation, whatever. So yeah, that's how you get in, and this is how I got into this room on the first day, and discovered what this room was like. So here's my little room in the next to the elevator. It's very much interior. It's an interior room, and I just use this thing on my arm, and it opens the door. So I just got here a little moment ago. I haven't really looked at the room. Oh, how can I do this? This is the most important thing. Let's get it nice and cold. Okay, yeah, I like this room. It's interior, but it's still nice, I think. Well, I always like interior rooms. This has, I don't know, I think this means do not disturb, to let them know not to bother you. And this means maybe, uh-oh, sorry. Okay, well, that was just the room attendant ringing the doorbell. And look, I have water. How nice is this? There's water. I was so thirsty. Oh, and there's a squidlet of some sort. An octopi. I've got this mini fridge. That's going to be fun. Yeah. Mirrors everywhere to make it feel like it's big. Got these little lights. Oh, I like those. This nice virgin, I guess, blanket or something. A throw. No one knows. And it's almost like I'm outside. This, I don't know. Yeah, very nice. I like it. I like this room. I like this thing. And then this, I can get my work done. Storage space. Let me just get this one light. It just feels incomplete without it. Okay, very nice. And yeah, we've got a closet over here, some space. And here's the most important part. How's this restroom? I don't know where the lights are. I never can find lights anywhere. Is this them? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so here we have the shower, which is, I like that rain thing. That's nice. And it has this wand thing, and then all of your necessary incidentals are there, and that's okay. Sink is nice. Oh, we get this thing. I'm gonna try to get some more of these, take home. Yeah. It's very functional and stylish. I like it. Okay, well, this is the room where I'll be for a week, and I think I'll like it. It's my first time on Virgin Voyages. It's an adults-only cruise line, so I really like that. It'll be just more chill and calm, I think, and yeah, I think it'll be very relaxing, and I need a much-needed vacation, so it's time. So welcome to my room, and we have lots more to do on this voyage, and I will be sure to film it. So this is the room, and I really love it. And even though it's an interior room, it's very comfortable. This whole week I've slept like a baby, and I don't know. It can get real dark in a interior room, but it's a very comfortable sleep in my opinion, anyway. So yeah. But, I'm not going to stay in the room all the time. There's other places to be on this cruise ship. When you walk around, you can see it. There's all kinds of social places. There's bars. There's bars everywhere here. There's places to lounge, places to sit, all kinds of great stuff. I love that main sort of Galleria area, that atrium. It's really cool. And around it there's all kinds of stuff, and I mean there's these seahorses you can sit on. I don't know why you would. I guess it's good for Instagram or whatnot. There's an area where you can play board games, and there's an arcade. I love that there's an arcade. I spent a lot of time on this cruise in the arcade. it's hard to hold the camera and play with the joystick, so I didn't get, I didn't make that one of my special gaming videos quite yet, but I'll figure out how to in the future. But they don't, they're all free play, so you don't have to have coins, which is great. But yeah, I just, I was playing Donkey Kong, I was playing golf, and I think that's great that they have an arcade. I haven't seen an arcade in any other of the cruises that I've been on. Um, and then, of course, there's my home away from home, the casino. I love that they have a casino here. It doesn't have quite the selection that I like. This is just like one of the smallest casinos that I've seen on any cruise line. It doesn't have a very big selection. I mean, it has like buffalo, just like one buffalo, um, but it's just not much variety. But it is a casino. It also is kind of prohibitive in if you're trying to do points and miles gaming like I do, because their casino charges a 7% fee for charging to the room. Now, of course, on other cruise lines, I I'll usually, if it's like 3 or 4%, that's great. I'll do $30,000 worth of charging to the room and then withdraw the cash. And since it charged to the room, that goes in the credit card, and therefore I earn all those miles and points. But I couldn't really do that here, not with 7%. You can only do a little of it if you're trying to do a welcome bonus on a new credit card. So, not, I wasn't really too excited about the casino, and the slots were not loose at all. I mean, I lost like most of the games that I played, so I wasn't. I wouldn't recommend this casino, but it's a little fun if you just want to have a little fun. Entertainment purposes only. Gamble responsibly. Um, there's snacks here all day long. There's snacks all the time. There's this one place I go to after my workout in the morning. It's called Lick Me Till Ice Cream. So it's an ice cream place, and for adults, obviously. But yeah, it has delicious ice cream. I highly recommend it. There's also this other little place that just has popcorn. You can get it all hours, so I'll get popcorn and take it to the arcade. Swedish fish. They have Swedish fish, hot dogs. It's great that there's like a little snack place to go to, so you don't always have to sit down and have this exhaustive 4-course meal or anything like that. There's also a place called the Pizza Place, and they just kind of have pizza all day long. And they make it to order. Like I said, this isn't like a buffet place. So you go and you tell them what kind, and you sit and wait for a few minutes, and they'll make you your pizza. And so, a lot of people. I saw someone order like 10 pizzas, and they took them all to their room. Hey, if that's how they want to spend their vacation. But yeah, just get yourself a pizza, come to your room. So that's what I did. I did a it's great that you can get snacks. That's what I'm saying. There's also, speaking of dining, there's also this place that I think as close as you can get to a buffet is the galley. Now the galley has lots of different mini stations with different meals. Again, they make them there for you, and they hand them to you. Nothing is picked up like in a buffet or anything like that, but they're pretty much all day long, and they have all kinds of meals. So what I like to do is first thing in the morning, I go to the galley, and I pick out some breakfast items, and then I take them to my room and I pretend it's room service. This place does not include room service, which I think is one of the cons against this place. I know Holland America did, and they didn't have and it was free. This place does have room service, but there's an upcharge to it. But in Holland America, they would just bring you a few little things, like an orange juice, a coffee, and a roll, and an egg. Like, it was very basic what they would bring you. They would just get it from the buffet, and they would bring it down to you. It wasn't comprehensive, but at least they had it, and it was free, and I liked that. So here, I'll just go up in the morning to the galley. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it would be better if it was delivered. But anyway, I bring it to my room and I pretend it was delivered, and I put it on the little tray on the bed, and it's like, oh, I have breakfast in bed. and it works somehow. But the galley is pretty great. You can get ramen there. I had ramen, noodles. You can get tacos. You can get just all sorts of things. So they'll have meals for you. You don't have to go to a full restaurant every time you eat. But speaking of restaurants, let's talk about them. So I didn't get to go to all of them, I don't think, because there's so many, and I'm not really that used to eating too much, so it was all kind of a lot to me. Probably the biggest one, or the one that everyone sort of seems to talk about, that seems as close to a main dining that you could get, is the Razzle Dazzle. It reminds me of that movie that I saw the other day, The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson. It wasn't a good movie. Jamie Lee Curtis was good in it. But anyway, it was they were doing this burlesque show in Vegas at a place called Le Razzle Dazzle. So I think they got their inspiration from Virgin for that one. Anyway, the Razzle Dazzle was okay. I'd say it's probably the weakest menu. If you're gonna come here and eat, you'll probably go there if you can't get a seat at anywhere else. Um, it's okay. I had these fries and a green goddess salad. I don't know, chicken wings, this steak that, I don't know, it's kind of like lunch lady steak. I don't really know how to describe it. It was okay. The dessert was really good, but I always love a good dessert, and so it was only okay. Razzle Dazzle's only okay. I wouldn't spend too much time there if you can avoid it. Then I went to this weird place called the Test Kitchen. Now the Test Kitchen it's an interesting concept restaurant, but it was pretty weird, and it wasn't that good, um, in my opinion. So when you walk in, they give you like this hibiscus shot. I think I'm pretty sure it's non-alcoholic. Um, and then they sit you down, and everything is kind of sterile, and they wear like lab coats. The idea, I get the idea, and I admire it, and I think it's really cool that they're experimenting with food, and you're, I guess, the test subject in a weird sense. So I noticed different menus here, that someone else showed me a picture, and so I guess that they rotate them or change them somehow. But the one I got was probably the weirdest one, or it was pretty weird, and it wasn't very good. So um, they made this big pageantry and presentation out of opening one of those steam lids, and I thought there would be something really exciting in there, like like an old fashioned smoked or something like that. Instead, it was just like this plate of peas with an egg on it, and I don't know. I was like, what? So it was. I don't really know. Um, and they made this roll of ham. The steak was probably the most talked about item. It was super bizarre. They put it on this plate with like all this like red all over it to make it look like blood or something. And then they put chocolate on top of it that kind of melted in this gravy. And I don't know if a chocolate steak is what I want or have ever wanted, but I know I don't want it anymore. It was not good. Um, I, I, I don't know. It was okay. The dessert was interesting, but I always like desserts. You can't really go wrong with sugar. Uh, that place was weird. It's a fun little experience, but you'll just probably want to eat a hot dog at the galley afterwards, and try to forget about it. Anyway, the next place I went to was better than those two. It was better than those two. It was called Pink Agave. That was their Mexican inspired restaurant. That was pretty good. I really liked it. I ordered a virgin pina colada. The food was interesting. It was like an enchilada, or I'm not really sure what it was, but it. I know it was good. It was good. That one was good. I recommend it. I loved the bread pudding that they had at the end for dessert. It was I was surprised. Bread pudding isn't usually part of a Mexican dessert menu, but they made it work somehow. So I really liked pink agave. I, I, I recommend them. Then I went to the Italian restaurant they have called Extra Virgin, I guess after the olive oil. That was not good, in my opinion. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I ordered this eggplant and it tasted bad. I, sorry, I should give you a better adjective. You clicked on this, and I just it's not worth looking for another adjective. Honestly, it just wasn't good, and that equals bad. So I didn't even finish it. Um, I didn't really like it. I didn't like. They gave this charcuterie thing, and it was too weird, and um, I don't know. The dessert was good though. That's what I always say. Then I went to this place called The Wake. Now that was wonderful. I highly recommend The Wake. In fact, you should probably just go there every day if you can. Just book it as soon as you're allowed to on the app. Just book it and get there early too, because I got there early. Um, and when you're one of the first ones in the door, you get the best seat. So there's only like one seat where it's like right on that huge window that overlooks the back of the cruise ship. And of course, the duck got that seat. Of course, of course. So I got that seat, and I got to dine by watching the ocean churning behind the cruise ship. That was beautiful, and the food was amazing. Um, I absolutely loved it. I loved they bring out this bread that everyone at every table was just like gushing about because it was so good. I loved the bread. I absolutely loved it. And I ate it all by myself, just this big container of it. And then they brought out the steak. I ordered the New York strip. Just tremendous. Just, and it was cooked to perfection. And it was so good. And with the asparagus. And they had this sauce that I was dubious about. It was they called it some kind of bone broth béarnaise. I don't know what it was called actually. It was some kind of weird sauce, but it went so well with the steak. I mean, my good God, incredible, incredible. And then the dessert was this amazing baked Alaskan. Um, just just the perfect way to end that meal. That meal was amazing. That place is amazing. The view is amazing. It is just the best place to dine here on Virgin Voyages, on the Resilient Lady. So anyway, there's more to the cruising than just eating all day and playing in the casino. You want to get out and see other countries. So this was a Caribbean cruise. So we stopped by places like Tortola and Barbados, Antigua, Saint Lucia, Saint Martin, and I think there's another one in there somewhere. Honestly, I didn't get off at all of them. I got off at the first couple, and then they all just started kind of looking the same. And there was a comedy show here on the cruise, and the guy was so funny. He said he thinks that they're all the same island, and we've just been going around in circles. And the cruise director thinks that we're all too drunk to know the difference. and we just think that they're new islands, and then I thought that was hilarious because they all kind of look the same. They're just a big island in the Caribbean with very beautiful blue water. I mean, I know that there's more to it than that, but I mean, I'm not gonna go into the city and find out everything there is to know. You know, I'm only out on there for a few hours. I just want to see a nice beach, some palm trees, you know, have a drink, you know, play in the casino if that's okay with you. But, you know, from my point of view, they all look the same. So there's kind of no need. Oh, and another thing, at the test kitchen, and then they brought out this thing that was a mushroom, but it wasn't a mushroom. They said it was in the shape of a mushroom, but it was actually made out of it's a mushroom pate. So I don't know what the deal was. That they just like cut up a whole bunch of mushrooms and turned them into a giant mushroom, but said it's not a mushroom. So I don't. Why would you do that? I just I can't even. Don't get me started on this mushroom. Don't even get me started. Okay. Anyway, so when I wasn't visiting the islands, I was spending my time looking at them, mostly doing exercise. So I know I've been eating a lot on this cruise. So I wanted to test out the treadmills. And honestly, I'm so proud of myself. I was on them every single day. You know, I set the calories I wanted to burn, and I just, you know, burned off yesterday's, you know, giant mushroom pate or whatever I was eating. And it's really great. You can see the whole country from the treadmill, and it's not even like a Peloton where it's a fake country. It's actually there. So that was pretty cool. The thing to do on board when everyone's off doing an excursion, that's the perfect time to go in the pool because it's not crowded. Um, so I did, you know, laps in the pool. It's a kind of a small pool, and I would say that's one problem with this place is that there's only one pool. There's also something else that I'm not even sure what it is. It was like this kind of circular pool, but it was like a small one. I don't even know, and it always seemed to be covered up. I don't know what it was. Was it a water feature? Was it a pond? No one knows. But I do know that there was one main pool, and it was kind of small. And in my opinion, there should be at least two. But whatever. Um, they had a couple of hot tubs, and the hot tubs were great, especially when everyone was off on the excursion, so I could enjoy them to myself. And yeah, those were very relaxing things. It was relaxing to go into the pool. It was relaxing to go into the hot tub. That's when you really feel you're on vacation, in my opinion. There's also a pretty great gift shop here. Of several, obviously. They want to, but I really like the gift shop here. I bought a towel, a virgin towel, and I bought this model of the boat, of the ship. Um, I've I've seen that every cruise has a model, like a keepsake, and I've always said, maybe I should start collecting them. But then I'm like, oh no, I don't cruise enough. But now this is like my fourth cruise. I'm like, yeah, I should start collecting these because I cruise a lot and I want a memento from each ship. So I went and bought this beautiful glass model of the Resilient Lady, and I will always remember, you know, my time here with it. And yeah, so that's sort of what my day is like here on this ship. And then in the evenings, there's the entertainment, incredible entertainment, great comedians. They had a magician, and oh, then they brought in this special singer from London named Carrie Ellis. She's like a Broadway, but you know, for the West End over there. So she did show tunes. She was just incredible. She did, you know, Les Mis, and then she was actually the first lady from Wicked over in the UK. She played that the Green Witch lady, and she sings a version of Defying Gravity that will just put you away. So it was an incredible performance, and I couldn't believe that we were, you know, seeing something like that, that first rate entertainment, here on this cruise in the middle of the ocean. So that was incredible. I was so blown away by her performance.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was home and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. Always said that there is always is ever gonna break me
And just overall, just completely blown away by the entire experience. This is a first-rate cruise. I've been on, like I said, this is my fourth one, and this one is probably the best one of all. It it it's not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect one, but it's pretty darn close. You've got the free Wi-Fi, adults only, no tipping. You've got well-paid, very happy staff. The ship itself is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The rooms are, everything's clean and new. And they even have first-run movies, and you don't have to pay for them like you have to on other cruises I've been on. Holland America makes you pay to select first-run movies, but this one will show you anything. So this is pretty great. Just the meals, especially at the wake, those meals. I mean, I would easily pay $200, for one of those meals in Texas. But here, you can get it every night. The entertainment is top notch. The casino's fun. They've got a buffalo machine. What else do you need? Overall, just an incredible experience. So, I'm going to head to bed now on my final night here, and turn on my little glasses that I got. I got these glasses from they had a party, so they have parties here too. So at the pool they had a big 80s party, and everyone was all into it, and they gave me these little they're free sunglasses that light up and everything. So that's pretty great. So I'm going to put that by my bedside and put it behind that glass model of the ship, and just dream about the resilient lady and this wonderful experience that I can't wait to do again sometime. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you found this informative, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be doing a lot more cruises. I'm doing another one in April with Holland America, the Panama Canal. So I hope you can join me on that one. And until then, see you next time. Bye.